It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day and day one in Laguna, Niguel in Orange County, California. Those of you that are localish know that y'all don't have Oasis in Orange County or Waterwise in Orange County or even in LA. So when I work out of town, as I'm doing now, I have to bring stuff. You also don't have any really good rock yards. And if you do, please let me know. If you have found this somewhere local in the Orange County, LA area, let me know. These are Jasper Purple, Grand Canyon Onyx, Honey Onyx, and a couple of lava boulders thrown in for funsies. But yes, so you don't have a lot to choose from. So Greg and I yesterday hauled the rock and the Oasis plants up from San Diego and dropped them off. Here is my tapestry haul from Oasis, all of my beautiful little one-offy kind of things for this little installation. And then Waterwise just came by with my larger plant material, and we brought a couple of Petalanthus bracteus from the Claremont maintenance. Remember, we took some out? And I'm so glad I saved these for this job because this is not really a good time of year for Bracteatus. It's winter and they're kind of looking. So I wanted to use these in this installation, and all of the ones that were at Waterwise and Oasis were really, really small. So yay, that worked out. And we got Blonde Terry on this job, and we've got Hannah, and we've got Cully. Story, this is a condo community. And this area through here is community. However, the HOA was so thrilled with what our client was starting to do with succulents, they told her to just do her. So I may tackle this in a tapestry in a later phase. This is our client's front door. Look at all of her beautiful Talavera. You can tell she's been following. And she has made the trek down to Planter's Paradise to grab some pieces too. And this we're going to do kind of, a little bit of a challenge because in the winter this is shaded, but in the summer I guess it gets quite hot. So I had brought up some bromeliads, and I think, we'll see, what I may do is limb up these attenuatas a little more and underplant with my bromeliads. We'll see. Also, this side of her front door, we are also going to do. We're going to leave all the flagstone. In this area over here, this is community. There is a gate here that leads to an open space trail. So it's frequented by residents of this community all the time. And our client has started, to pull some things in and experiment a little bit. And as she gains confidence, she'll continue to do that. As we walk into her beautiful little back patio, look at this phenomenal view of the valley and the rolling hills. And then over here we have the snow-capped San Gabriel Mountains, where we were just last week doing, or 2 weeks ago, doing our son's installation in Claremont. They're right at the foot of those mountains. So that's fun to see. Story is, about a year ago, our client had this patio all done, hardscaped. It's absolutely gorgeous. Also had all the coping done along the wind wall, which is also gorgeous. And my design challenge is going to be creating a garden that is low enough profile that it doesn't completely, cover this beautiful coping. And also west is this way. Ocean's there. So that means sun comes up. This is a really full sun. It's going to be, this is quite hot. We do have a little bit of shade over here. She had purchased some ray of light, agave ray of light. They didn't love it here. It's a little too hot. So I'm going to move these ray of lights over here. This is about the only, somewhat shady area that this garden has in the summertime. Also, these jasmine. She loves jasmine. So these are going to stay, and I will be underplanting those with succulents. She's got, as you can see, a lot of talavera for me to work in, and all of the succulents that you see in the garden now, I'll be digging up and repurposing. These jasmine, I've already started. I've removed the first one. These two are going to come out of here too, and we're going to plant them, transplant them up on that slope on that white fence and hope that they make it. These creeping fig or ficus repens, we agreed to let them stay with the caveat that she understands their potential. If you look at this big wall, that's the same thing. That's mature ficus repens. When they're young, they have these cute little adorable baby leaves. When they're not young, they have giant leaves. So the idea is if you're going to do this and keep it low profile and keep it cute, you have to cut it back like every year. So it's really a beautiful plant if it's maintained. She's willing to do that. So we're gonna do that. And this is where that Petalanthus bracteatus is going to go here, underplanted, of course, with succulents. You saw the amount of boulder and, small boulder that I got. It looks like a lot of rock, but trust me, we will use every single one and probably need Greg to drive up with more before we're done. Here is the dreaded air conditioning unit. We talk about this, how, so many people want to try to cover these things up when in reality, don't work with it integrated into your design, and the eye will be drawn to what's lovely and not to what isn't. So I'm not worried about this air conditioning unit. I'm going to be planting, something kind of low profile all around it, maintaining access to get to and from the unit. For maintenance. This is a really, I guess, beautiful and unusual plumeria that throws off little sprays of flowers that are multicolored. So I'm not against plumeria. They are a succulent plant and can work really well in a succulent garden. So that will stay. We aren't going to need to do any modifications on the irrigation. They have Netafin subterranean drip already installed, which is what we love to use. And the lights are all in, and she loves her lights, so not going to be seeing a lot of Greg on this one. We plan on being here today, tomorrow, and finishing up on Saturday. So this is going to be a really beautiful blingy installation, and I'm happy you're here on the ride. Okay, so the end of day one. Special thanks to our wonderful client, Sally, who fixed us a phenomenal lunch. Just what a spread. Yeah, there was beautiful sandwiches in croissants and a cornbread pizza crust pizza, delicious, fruit, all of the fixins, chocolate-covered strawberries. I mean, she went all out. So thank you. That was awesome. I'm just going to need a nap now. But so we moved all the rock back, of which there's a lot, but you know me, I need all of it. And all of the plants made it back. We got 6 of the 9 bags of soil into play. Hannah's going to get some more soil for tomorrow because we're going to need more. Terry got the jasmine wall planted in Crassula undulata, which is like the plant of the month, isn't it? I keep talking and banging on about the Crassula undulata, but here's another great presentation, a great use for this plant. We have, the star jasmine, which is not a succulent, obviously, and anybody that has worked with star jasmine knows that it gets a little rangy. It's a vine, it's kind of all, it can get kind of all over the place. And so I didn't want to plant a bunch of fussy stuff under here. It didn't make sense to me. But the ungies, I think, just lend it a little bit of support. We've got the repeating leaf pattern. They're going to grow, and just be undulated and bushy and fabulous. You will also note that I broke them up with a couple of boulders. I didn't want a solid line of plants, so I broke up with a little bit of boulder, and I think that looks great. I might add a few colorful cutesy succulents in there. We'll see how it goes. This is the hot corner of the garden over here, and I'm going to be mounding up there pretty significantly and doing the her agave sun glow in that corner because that plant's going to get, you know, decent sized. Still kind of unsure. I don't know, guys, you know, what I'm doing yet. Got all these plants. I hope I have enough. I'll make it work. But I just felt like starting with the maybe not quite as glamorous things like doing the sides and then focusing on the fun secondary. So we got the Petalanthus bracteatus that we brought up from Claremont in, and we underplanted those. We did a little bit of mounding. I wasn't going to mound, but then I looked at it flat and I thought, I don't like that flat. So I did end up bringing in a little bit of soil. And we've got some crassula, or not crassula, we got Ionium sunburst and some Urbicum dinner plates in here with an assortment of boulders. And I left her white squat pot that she had planted up. This is so pretty. It's just a great centerpiece there. Will we add additional plant material in here? I don't know yet. I'm thinking probably not. We'll see. Then I also did more undulata here in between those ficus repens. So yeah, just the best little plant for those tight spaces. Over here I staged a few boulders. I've got my Mangave kaleidoscope in the ground, my sunburst, or gosh darn it, my crassula Argentea sunset. This is actually 3 5-gallons. So, but the color, I mean, I needed it. And then I planted out this Talavera pot with a aloe glauca, and I am absolutely loving that combo. It is, you know what? I think what makes this work so well, and no, I haven't top dressed it yet, but look at the leaves on this and the margins and the little spots all over it. I feel like that's picked up, that pattern is picked up down here in the pot. And then we've got, you know, the kind of orangish teeth and the blue leaf. And I feel like that's really repeated in the pattern in the pot as well. And it's just such a winning combo. This is such a well-behaved small aloe that gets this really big, overachieving bloom on it too. So this Kalanchoe Lucier I pulled out of another area of the garden. I thought that worked really well here. Then I've got a little golden barrel here. And yeah, that's
You got a friend watching you.
Oh, what a cute dog. That's it. That's it for today. I feel like it's time to kind of step away, regroup. We're going to go to our hotel, get checked in, and then come back tomorrow and start all over again. This has been Laura Eubanks reporting from Laguna, Niguel in Orange County, California for Team BFS, Day 1, and your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.